from DAMWON here as we're watching Inted, see what kind of lineups he's prepared with this KO.
Knife at the ready. Just gonna chuck that out.
Oh, just checking for A right across. Kind of a delayed check. Okay, doesn't tag anyone.
See if there's any kind of aggressive push forward, which there is. Sorris is now going to spot that out.
Eugene just trying to peek out, just getting information. Of course, everyone's still pretty spread out on their defaults. Just going to secure that orb for Texture, and then they'll reset to see which side they want to push. I think they suspect there's a bit more of a stack here on B. Drone's going to get more info.
Yeah, gets the dart. It's matched by the Trailblazer, so I'll say, okay, you dart one, and then I'll just go ahead and stun you up. Back of sight. Neelex creeping around the side, does get spotted out by that dart. He's falling so very low, tries to dash over to the side, but does get dazed by the fault line. Eugene wrapping around the back will find two. Secret will clean up Neelex, and this is looking like a flawless pistol round. Sorris is down to 10 HP. Pulls back, but no way to heal himself. And just the one Hawk left. He may just want to save it for the next round. He decides to go for it, but the Frenzy Spray will take him out, and it will be that flawless first round here for DAMWON.
Yeah, that was super well played, right? They just waited for the info, and then they timed it so that as they already inched into the site, the teleport comes through, the smoke comes out on Heaven, and then you're clear to move in. I mean, also getting that pick in back of sight from Bats really opened things up, because otherwise I think Neelex was trying to look to maybe get a pick in Bats or on the plant. Of course, he had to back out, and he was just pinched in lamps all on his own.
Well, solid start for DAMWON. Let's see what RYU can do in reply here during their eco.
Secret going for that early Phantom.
That's such a great dart, too.
We'll see if that pays off for them.
I mean, it just looks like maybe this could end up being the same exact strategy.
Yeah, I mean, I think if DAMWON gets any inkling that there's 3 on B once again, I mean, they could very easily go for the same exact call, or they could just go for a couple extra picks here in B. Ooh, Secret going to win out the duel in Hookah.
Yeah, I mean, he went straight in for a Phantom. You look at the buys here for DAMWON, pretty much non-existent other than that. So, a hefty investment that pays off with an opening kill. It doesn't quite live up to the name, but he does die.
It's a risky name.
It is.
A lot of times we see players eventually following their names, and that's not one that you want to stick with.
You know, yeah. That's definitely, that's one that can come back to bite you in the rear. Zhonghai looking over here on site. We'll take the teleporter through. Bounces out. Here's the teleporter dash forward. And okay. Neelex does manage to find one with a shorty. It looks like he was trying to get back into the teleporter, but doesn't manage to make that happen, so.
Wow, Neelex, I was watching the map on that one, and as soon as he hears Zhonghai's footsteps go into it, he knows exactly his game plan. He goes through, dashes out so he gets ahead of him and gets to jump on him with a shorty. Again, this is one of those players that seems to really know his kit with Jet, what he's capable of. Of course, right now with the shorty, he's just going to try to stay alive, maybe get some picks at the end, and then eventually die to the spike. Intro knows exactly where he is.
He's heard where he's at. Oh, he takes a single shot. I was going to say you have to rush off the back of that, but he rushes too late. Intro! Oh, he misplays it so massively. You can see that he's still got a smile on his face there in the player cam, and Neelex, of course, wants to just blow up with the spike. So, I mean, overall, not that costly, but does hand over a bit of extra cash, does give him that kill. You're ruining your KD, son!
Yeah, I mean, Intro's not losing much, but that is exactly what Neelex wanted. So, you know, I guess Neelex is happy. Intro can laugh about it and move on. Now, Intro is, again, he is a very aggressive player, right? Even on RIO, he was very active. He likes to push a lot, and now and then, it does come back to get him. So we'll see if he's able to reel it back here in this match against RYU Gaming.
I mean, that was just straight up missed time by him. As soon as you start hearing that, as soon as you hear that reload, you're like, okay, he can't kill me now. Go for the rush, get that corner check. Well, now rifles in hand, though. Just given that very nicely done save by DAMWON Kia. Everybody's done a ton of cash.
Yep. Texture going to be on that. Yeah, he's on that Spectre, but he'll just be jumping in first, so not too big of a problem here. He's going to dodge on that Trailblazer. He tries to follow through.
He's trying to get in. He's expecting the blind. You can see the anticipation from Texture. He's just reading him like a book. Downloads the play, but Inted manages to find two coming out of hookah window.
All right, well, Texture was still alive and elbow into not quite ready for the third one there, and now Texture just waiting for Neelex.
Oh.
There's the headshot, and that is B site cleared and ready to go. Only Bayohan left for RYU Gaming.
Yeah, and this is just a bit unfortunate. I mean, good by Inta to get 2 guns out away from DAMWON, but Johan, I mean, he does have a Vandal. We'll see if he's going to be able to do anything here. Get some headshot taps coming through. Advancing through the smoke right now. And yeah, the Paranoia will just greet him as he enters the site, and DAMWON will close out the rifle round. So it's going to be back to ecoing for RYU.
Man, for a second I thought I was looking at Intro's cam, and I thought he was cosplaying Raised because he's got the headband, and I thought his hair was like his headphones. For a second I was like, wait, why does that look like
That would
Raised?
be amazing.
We gotta have those teams show up with their cosplays and costumes in Valorant, man. We got the cat ears in North America.
That's
true.
That's true. Well, new turn clip those.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, as it turns out, I think that would be pretty great. Or let's go back to some, like, you know, uniforms or jerseys like we had from the Brood War days.
Oh my gosh,
Back
the
in
space suits and the huge shoulder guards. That'd be a joy to see.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Okay, Neelex. Great shot. Catches him right through the corner of the wall. He's trying to line up another one, and Eugene, he does challenge, and he does manage to come out on top. That was definitely a scary little aim duel to take after you watch Zhonghai just get obliterated.
Yeah, I mean, just 1/2 a second missed time there on the steps, and Neelex could have won that, but unfortunately, Neelex stops at 1 kill. Secret just gonna blast right through B site.
Might have wanted to land on top, doesn't manage to make that happen, so. Not quite bunny, but, you know, he's doing his best. It's made it look good.
Yeah, at least he made it into the site, you know?
True. I would just hit the ceiling.
Yeah, some players don't quite make all of their jumps.
Take half my HP and damage from hitting the ceiling because I just, like, snap my neck.
That's the biggest reason why I just don't play Raze. I'm like, I cannot make those jumps.
Secret finding one, bright blue now going to fall. Into just takes a ton of damage here. Texture's able to spray through. Johan, rather. He got him kind of recovered. Does take out Texture, but snap around intro does find that headshot. So it's going to be 4 straight rounds now. 4 DAMWON netted.
Yeah, and very, very smooth. I mean, yeah, we had maybe a little bit of mistiming there earlier from intro or some moments like that, but overall, their team communication and timing seems a lot better than it seemed in their previous matches. Perhaps this is where they're starting to feel more comfortable with their roles and how they want to play their playbook a little bit more ironed out. Of course, Neelex just a great shot to open up that round, and RYU doesn't really have an answer to this. I mean, they're constantly just kind of waiting in default, trying to see what happens, and as soon as they get one pick, I mean, DAMWON knows the exact timing of their execution. Oh, follows through, doesn't quite finish off Neelex, just taps him very briefly.
Yeah, only down to 78, so not even that much damage. I mean, it's just the lack of penetration there on the Phantom. Rolling Thunder now going to come crashing in. Texture boosts himself up on top, now wraps around in the U-Haul, finds one. Yep. That's all they'll get other than the sight, so now the spike will get planted.
And this is another rough one. I mean, already a numbers advantage for DAMWON.
It's a 4-man approach as well from the CT side.
Yeah, not much else. I mean, you have, of course, the Astro Ultimate. It looks like they're going to go for it. Yep, along with a couple of stars, but all of DAMWON's already on site. It's not going to bother them much.
Aftershock just to delay even further. Secret starting to push around the side. Does get darted for just a moment, but not on the blind.
Oh.
Eugene, he can just hold down left click. Gets inted. And Sorist in one fell swoop right there. That's now going to be 5 rounds.
Oh, it feels bad when you have 2 people with flashes and you're not able to get the jump on the enemy. A bit of a late swing off of their guiding light there, so you're not going to be able to get that. Eugene just holds his ground, and they still have, I mean, on the side of DAMWON, as we're waiting for this RYU tactical timeout, I mean, you've still got the Hunter's Fury, right? And then Texture can always fall back to his Blade Storm if economy gets a little wonky. I mean, Zhonghai, you know, from the shadows, not something that we see actively used all that often, but it's there if they need to change things up. So tools are there for DAMWON. They're feeling good.
They are. Inted, he does hold on to this null command right now, has it online, but I just don't know if that's going to be enough, unfortunately. maybe for a site retake to really help them, you know, get back in and try to get that defuse off.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're paying attention to kind of how DAMWON's doing it, they're kind of playing their old style again, right? They're just waiting and using all of their utility for these executes, for these plays, set plays. And Inted, if they can get a good read, if he can have a teammate maybe just peek out just a little bit further, hopefully within safety range, maybe using that null command to just deny that entry all out, right? And see how DAMWON reacts if the timing gets broken. I mean, that is something that they have to consider. Oh, the flash not quite landing further out. He actually isn't able to get clear vision himself. A bit unfortunate there in Lamps in the last round.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be Dagger into the wall. Doesn't manage to get this impression off onto anybody. They know the secret's here, obviously, as he's just shooting through the wall, though.
Yeah, I mean, DAMWON, in many ways, the way they're playing right now reminds me a lot of how Newturn used to play Bind, right? Is they kind of have the Jet on one extremity, Raid's usually taking care of Hookah, and that way they have all the information they need. If they win a, pick, then they're able to move in. If not, they'll rotate out. Wow, Secret being very aggressive.
Shock onto the left side to clear that. Ooh, Wrist pulls back at just the right time. Raid not going to find anything. Texture Tail wins forward. Oh, but Wrist is waiting for him in the Cloudburst. Gets the headshot. That's going to be a weapon recovered, but now dropped. As Eugene does manage to find a kill. Neil X on the side does get Secret. Intro is very quick to reply. Gets that trade out. It's 3 for 2 at the end of the day. Now Spike planted.
Yeah, it just seems like, I mean, RYU, they're actually expending so much to try to get early information, and DAMWON just sits back. They just sit back for the first 20 seconds or so, let all that utility come out, and then they're able to use the rest of theirs to make their way into the site, as we see Bayohan just left all alone.
I feel like this is a little bit of overkill going for the Hunter's Fury.
Yeah. Just trying to cycle it through, I guess.
But it's just like, if I don't use it now, I'll just only get like one use of it in this half, because we're already halfway done with it. It's 6-0 at the moment here for DAMWON.
Yeah, this is not looking good at all. I mean, it's not even close, really, right? The way they're playing. RYU, it's not like they've had, a couple rounds where maybe it came down to a 1v1. I mean, this is just outplay after outplay, and I think DAMWON just has a read on them, right? Oh, they just spend all their utility early. Just wait it out, and then we just have an absolutely massive advantage to make it into the site.
All right, blind. Get a spot. Let them know that there's somebody at least waiting out in long. Rocket. Oh, no!
Oh, okay.
They are shredded. Sorus will be able to heal Inted back up, but he is stuck at 10 HP for the remainder of this round.
That's not going to be doing much there.
Flashbangs coming out. I mean, Texture's, I was going to say able to turn away from all these flashes, then he gets flashed by the Hawk, but
just that last one. I mean, that's about all Sorus can do for his team right now, though. Sure, he has the Seekers. I don't know if you want to use that. We are going to see the null command get shut down right away.
Is gone. Shot comes in. Oh, man. Eugene just whips right across Neil X's skull. Bayohan will find Zhonghai. It's been having, I was going to say, not a rough time, It's been having a bit of a quiet time, I guess, during the match so far. But the rest of DAMWON, I mean, there's not really much that Zhonghai can do, because by the time he finds somebody, the rest of RYU is pretty much dead. So. Yeah,
Zhonghai is just kind of on this, semi-lurk duty, and then he just puts the smoke across the map. Then he just joins in to make sure that no one's on the flank, or he can cover the site if everyone kind of falls early. But that is not happening just yet. And I mean, at this point, if you're RYU, everything feels bad, right? I mean, you're getting picked off in duels. DAMWON is just pushing, kind of egoing certain angles, and you're trying to use your utility, but RYU is definitely out of sync. I will say that. DAMWON is super in sync in terms of how they want to strike any part of the map, even if they're not trying to enter the site.
Yeah.
Neil X getting a little curious here in Baz. They do have 2 set up. Texture, he senses something's wrong. This could go very poorly for Texture, though, if they peek at the right time. Oh, right, Blue, you're gonna get spotted. Okay.
It's a little off there. Neil X versus Texture now. This time Texture's gonna come out on top.
Yeah, and with 2 gone and Baz, I mean, that's all the signal you need to make it into A. RYU, they'll try to make their way across, but it's not going to be in time.
Honestly, I'm kind of shocked that DAMWON are actually committing onto the A site. I thought that they would just get those 2 kills and then rotate it to B just to be jerks about it.
We've seen a lot of teams, especially on Mine, do that.
Yeah.
They just rotate like 2 or 3 times just to keep you on your toes. But I think DAMWON they just realize that they're so far ahead in the game and just how they're playing today that there's no need for that. And Texture's just being prepared for the potential flash as we have both KO and Sky alive. So he's just facing the wall while his other teammates are watching the angle. Doesn't look like they're going to come through. I wonder if DAMWON's going to go on the hunt. It definitely, well, they're going to back off now. They realize 2 people are waiting for them. Oh, he expects them to go for the hunt?
Okay, flash comes out, they'll push up.
Okay.
Texture will fall,
Okay.
Soros gets both of them.
I mean, that's the most you can hope for.
I mean, gun recovered.
Yeah.
Intid, can he move in? He's going to try to move in and grab one before the spike.
Don't know
as the
if he
spike
got
receives.
there in
I think he
time.
might have actually just barely managed to get in there. So that might
Okay.
just be 2 weapons retained now.
I mean, hey, you know, given the situation, they made the best of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not much more you can say than that.
That was, I can't believe DAMWON actually went for the hunt.
Oh, I can. I mean, I mean, you're up 8-0.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, you know, they just came off a save. They're going to have weapons no matter what in the next round.
That's fair. Have a little fun now and then.
It's hard to I didn't quite see what the buy costs were, so
Yeah.
it's hard to tell whether or not that was a recovered weapon or not. But either way, weapons in hand here. This blind comes in, they try to push the corner, and Eugene just sprays through.
Yeah, I mean, Eugene's just so... DAMWON is super well prepared for these flashes, right? They're always either having a crossfire set up when one person can avoid the flash, or they're just spraying through at the right time. They're not really afraid, even though there's 2 flashes on the other side. It's not bothering them much at all.
Zhonghai caught over.
Okay.
Over towards the spawn. Looks like maybe a creep up short found, or maybe it was a creep out of showers. Wasn't quite paying attention to that side of the map, to be honest, but so now we have a Rolling Thunder coming in. Texture blinded for just a moment, continues to advance through elbow, wants to try to set up this one way. Soros not gonna go for that peek. Got the Trailblazer. You know that's pretty close range. The flash is pretty huge, but Soros still manages to come out on top. Actually blind gets these shots through the wall on the Texture, chipping away at him as best as possible. He'll be doing the dance back and forth here, but Soros now the last one left alive, and they know exactly where he's located.
Yep, they're just keeping him pinned, and he'll eventually get taken down by the double setup between Secret and Texture, and 9-0. This might be our second 13-0 here on stage.
Could happen. Looks likely. I mean, I guess the one silver lining, and this is I'm taking the copium for Ryu. Maybe
Okay,
their
let's hear
play
it.
style will be okay on attack because they like to throw all their utility at the start of the round. So perhaps going into attack
Okay.
and then just throwing everything out of sight,
You know
maybe
what?
that'll get them in onto a site. And we know that DAMWON are slightly weaker on defense compared to attack.
Yes.
I can see it.
Yeah, that's true.
Overtime's coming, baby.
Okay, all right, you lost me there. You lost me on the overtime. I was ready to take it on the copium with you, but the overtime, I don't know about that. RYU, you know, they kind of describe themselves as more attacker favorite as well in their team profile, so sure, they'll probably, hopefully look better, but how many rounds will they get on attack? I mean, that's the big question. If this ends a 12-0 half, you're not going to get much of a chance.
Yeah, exactly. That's a problem. You have to win the pistol round where it's like no utility to throw at anything. All right, well, the nade actually finds Intid.
That is rough.
That's a tragedy. 5 HP left on Soros, who again can't heal himself beyond his dead. Right Blue will find one. Neelex gets Texture.
Okay, so going into A, not paying off as well as DAMWON wanted. Of course, RYU was still pretty prepared, and now Soros on the flank. And it is, yeah, we got 2 sheriffs. We got a Phantom picked up by Bright Blue. Things
This
could
creep,
change.
does this work out?
Oh, Soros.
I mean, it's hard for him to flick like that because he has a sore wrist.
That's what it is. You're right.
See? He's smart. He's got the excuses front loaded. He's like, how did he not get that kill? Oh, you read the name, figured it out.
Letting all of us know what he's dealing with right now. NeilX just trying to find one more kill. Not gonna get it.
No. 10 straight. Well, what do you want to get for dinner?
Honestly, what do you think is for dinner today? That's always kind of the big question mark whenever I come to the studio.
That's true.
It's always a fun game.
Yeah, you always get your Korean Doshiroks here,
Yeah.
which is, I guess, I mean, I don't know. People watching this probably watching it. I mean, it's kind of like a bento box.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bento box.
It's the Korean equivalent of a bento box. And yeah, it's very much a grab bag. You never know what you're gonna get day to day.
Although these days, have you noticed? Because we've been eating earlier and earlier, they've been getting like lazier and lazier with what they order. It's always just like rice with some meat on top. It's like never something different.
Yeah, because we actually have time to like go out and eat at restaurants and everything before they close.
Oh man.
Before we hit that 10 p.m. curfew.
Well, DAMWON once again just charging fearlessly. This time all stacked on A.
Spotted one. That doesn't
Okay.
get you know, half as much damage as you would have kind of expected there. Bright Blue just quickly pulling back out of the site, keeps himself safe.
And I mean, you know, they have more to work with this time, but we've seen this before. A bit of a deja vu here. 4v5 retake for RYU. Always choosing for the far back Cosmic Divide. And DAMWON accurately just kind of prepared to sit in sight.
Zhonghai does get suppressed there for just a moment, so can't try to reply with, you know, any kind of cloud cover here, but he might not need it. Soris will manage to find two, but DAMWON again getting the win. Now 11 straight rounds for them here on Bind. One more to go ahead and close out this half with just utter dominance. And I mean,
I mean,
there's only so many words in the English language to describe.
We're like skimming thesauruses right now, trying to just figure out how to cast the rest of this game.
Annihilation, domination, utter destruction.
Good one. Massacre.
Yeah. Haksa.
Haksa. That's the Korean word. There you go. We got to start using Korean words to supplement this match right here. 11-0 for DAMWON. I mean, this is all but looking like a 13-0, which, listen, I'll say this. I mean, I expected DAMWON to win, but given how they looked a little shaky in RYU.
Oh boy, okay. Well, Neil has managed to find one. Actually put his knives away to finish off Eugene with the Spectre. Zhonghai gets one. Into currently waiting right just around the corner. And that star actually obscures the vision from onto Secret. Doesn't manage to, you know, find that, but for the first time, RYU has a man advantage, and they're, you know, they have equal weapons as far as it goes.
Start drinking that copium, because if they win this one, they have more than the pistol round to try to make it a comeback in the second half. So
yeah,
this is where it all begins.
Very true. I think that flash might have actually connected onto it. Did yep. Get them some sand. That's Bae Johan now eliminated. Really good flash point from intro.
Yeah, and Zhonghai with the From the Shadows as well for kind of extra distraction and backup. Are they just going to teleport back to B? Secret
They're using it as a bait.
Oh,
but the Seeker's there. Wait, did okay.
They're confused. RYU's definitely confused. They're like, wait, hold on. Well, the Seekers all started because they were on A, and I think they were like, well, the teleport went through, so did they follow? Uh-oh. Okay. It's back in time.
He finds one. The Secret will get that elimination. Nade around the back. Staves them off for a little bit longer as Zhonghai creeps his way into U-Haul. Dart goes out trying to spot on short. Doesn't see them. They should be able to surmise that they're going to be over towards U-Haul, and they find Zhonghai. Now it's all on Secret.
Oh my gosh,
starts
they have
pressing
no idea.
in. He's right in the smoke, and he gets some 4 kills for Secret in the round to make it 12-0.
Oh, that is one bad way to end the half. Oh boy, Bright Blue is just looking devastated. He just, oh my goodness. Oh boy, Secret gets the flank on him with their own smoke, and he's going to be able to help finish the half 12-0. So we're one round away from yet another 13-0 after we saw Vision Strikers get one against Goma Gaming and Icebox.
Secret he could have just given it to him, you know? That's like when you play against a younger sibling in like Mario Kart and you let them get like 2 laps up.
Okay, yeah.
And then you pull out the blue shell.
You've been saving it the whole race.
And then you just cruise right past them before they can recover.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Secret, I thought he was a nicer guy than that, but no mercy here.
Yeah, absolutely not. They want that 13-0.
Yeah, again, we talked about it, right? They like to kind of just dump their utility and go aggressive, but don't have a chance, of course, during the pistol round. Texture just going to follow up after the paranoia, and he's just going to make sure that they don't creep back into baths. And I mean, you know, pistol round, anything could happen. You never really know, but the way things are right now, RYU, they just seem overly cautious.
About to go for that actual peek at Showers. Secret taking a lot of damage. Has to back off, is suppressed. More seconds. And they have no way to top him up, so he's going to be stuck at 12.
Yeah, Neil, after just keeping...
Full rotation A.
Ooh, okay. He keeps Texture busy, and now they teleport back. But with that teleport, I mean, Texture is still going to keep his eye on Bats. It is a 2v1, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, Neelix doesn't even need the backup.
No, he does not. Texture gone. Can the 13-0 be taken away from them? Intro sitting inside U-Haul. Goes 1 for 1 there, but major advantage now in the hands of RYU with the spike planted. Zhonghai creeping around backside of sight. Secret stays alive for a little bit longer. They'll smoke off Showers. Have one less angle to worry about.
Oh.
Right Blue finds one. Trying to go for the push. Eugene will barely come out on top, and now it's all on Sore Wrist. Brings it down to a 1v1. Eugene with 5 HP. Back currently to the sky. He punches out in Sore Wrist. He will get them across the line. Pistol round goes to RYU. I talked about overtime. This is the start. Let's see him run it back. 12 straight into 12 straight rounds for RYU.
Listen, if they make it happen, I'm all for it, because that is absolutely impressive from 12-0 to 12-12. But hey, they make the pistol round work, so good on them. I mean, Eugene did what he could. He was afraid of the flashes, so he was trying to see what timing he could get. Eventually gets taken down only at 5 HP anyway, so nothing to worry about. I mean, DAMWON, of course, not exactly scared.
Double shorties.
Oh, okay.
Actually going to be used here. One in hookah, one at short.
Oh, not tagged from the knife either, going a bit deeper. Oh, into...
Oh, no. Just jump across the side there. Flashbang goes out. And into not really too interested, I suppose, in pushing up quite yet. Bright Blue lurking here will find Texture.
Yeah, Texture just getting a bit too curious, but of course with pistols sometimes you just take the risk. See what you can get. Secret really wants him to push that smoke.
That timing almost cost him dearly. And Inted will find him in the end. Doesn't take any damage from that shotgun. Intro well in the back of sight. Will come out on top, though, with a classic. Getting that elimination. Here's he hears him moving in. That's going to be a weapon recovered. And that could be things starting to really unravel now. Swap back over to the A site for RYU as Bright Blue tries to inch forward. Oh, he's in there.
Yeah, they tag him in lamps, so they know where to look out for. They're just going to go for the plant. Even take him out, actually. Zhonghai maybe waiting just a bit too long in lamps rather than trying to back out. Of course, they, again, are at the weapon disadvantage, so kind of 50-50.
Yeah, nothing really picked up there either. Bright Blue, ooh. Swapping over, throws out the recon dart. Now they try to spill in. They can just mow them down. Sore Wrist will find them both, and that's now 2 rounds on the board. Rifle round coming up. Let's see if RYU can keep the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for them they have to, but I think more than anything we're interested to see, okay, so you've given yourself a chance here to get a couple more rounds, and what do you make with that, right? You can go for your utility, you can go for your rifles. How do you make that happen? Because when they played on Split, they've looked pretty good even though they did lose. So we'll see if they have some nifty things prepared for us here on Bind. It's going to be a stack on B for now.
Watches out.
Okay.
DAMWON used aggressively here for Neil. Seemed like he was certain that somebody was going to be waiting there at that entrance.
Oh,
but, oh man, Eugene straight out of the smoke.
He just sidesteps that Trailblazer out of the smoke and catches them completely unawares. Not catching a glimpse from that Trailblazer, costing them huge for RYU, and this is just all but over. Stormist once again left all alone.
Yep, last one left alive is spotted. Eugene hungry for it. He's got to turn. He's got to get rid of the boom bot, and they all just pile on. Well, they managed to pick up 2, but 13 and 2 is going to be the final score here as DAMWON take their map pick, a bind in dominant fashion.